Hello everybody and welcome back for another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick, and today we're going to be checking out the beta version of an upcoming game called Cavern by developer Vine. Now, I don't say this too often, but I feel like I'm in somewhat of a position to be able to call out when I think something's probably about to blow up, and this game, I feel like, is really in that category. I've only spent about 15-20 minutes with it, but I'm super hooked, and I have a feeling you guys are going to be as well. So, what is Cavern about? It's essentially kind of like a hybridization of something like Super Crate Box meets Risk of Rain. So what I mean by that is it's an action platformer. I mean, probably goes without saying, as you can see by the sprite art, first of all, kind of gives you that feeling. We're going to be going down as deep as we can in an infinitely procedurally generated series of caverns, fighting more and more angry and more dangerous enemies while we try to find power-ups and get gold and level up and all of that good stuff, all while watching our health bar and trying to fight off whatever is going off in each particular moment. So I want to just show you guys what this game is about. I think you're going to really enjoy it. Let's start by hopping over this little chasm here over to whichever the random melee item is that they happen to give you at the beginning of each run. In this particular case, we've got a jackhammer. We're going to use that with our right click, and we can actually break apart, I think, just about anything that we run into in the levels, with the exception of maybe a few specifically designed tiles that are not, you know, for breaking. So we're going to just make our way down, and once we break through this floor, we're actually going to start the proper game, and there will be some sort of a long-range weapon for us to use as well. So here we go, we got a saw driver, and it is on. So this is my weapon for this run. I don't believe you can repick weapons, but there will be lots of augmentations and power-ups to run into along the way. And probably you guys can get an idea of what I mean by comparing this to Super Crate Box and Risk of Rain already. It's primarily an action combat-driven experience, and you can see each one of these enemies that I kill drops a small amount of gems, which we're going to want to pick up, and is kind of accumulating over there in the bottom left corner of the screen. I'm also trying to avoid getting hit, obviously, and I'm trying to do melee damage wherever I can. Now, we've taken a good while here on this one particular screen, and it means that there is a massive pile of drills coming down on our head now. So basically, we have a certain amount of time to farm each floor to try and get as much as we can in terms of money out of it, and hopefully grab any chests or boxes that we might run into along the way. Now, this costs 500 to purchase. I don't have that much money. I have 48. This is obviously going to be a bit of a tough run, because a lot of the time you'll find a crate on the first floor or so that gives you a big pile of money. Since we don't seem to be running into that, well, we might have to just dig deeper for the moment and see if we get lucky. See, there's a crate right there, actually. I'm going to try and make my way down while avoiding all of these enemies, see if we can kind of destroy a little bit of this action here and see what's in this crate. Alright, looks like a pile of money and some health, which is great. I could always use more health. So we're going to make our way over here. I have 314, that's still 500 to purchase, so I'm not quite there yet. What I can do, though, if I want to, is blow up that TNT, and we unlocked a TNT launcher that is now added to the item pool. So there's now, I suppose, a percentage chance that we will get that as our either melee or long-distance weapon. I'm not sure what classification that follows as. So we've got a big old hole in the ground over here. I'm just going to make my way over that. And we got to level up. I'm not entirely sure what leveling does in this game just yet, but I'm going to assume probably has something to do with me either doing more damage or being able to take more damage. Whichever way, it still would be helpful. And I still don't have enough money to get into one of these. This is the chest, by the way, or where we're getting the majority of the really handy power-ups, like the ability to double jump or triple jump or faster bullets from our, you know, long-range weapon. There's multiple bullets. You can get all kinds of things like that. And I believe there's actually a total of 20 different power-ups right now. And for the sake of argument here, this run is kind of dead already, so I'm just going to make my way down. And, well, I think this is about to come to a grinding halt in just a second. There we go. No problem. I just wanted to end that one, move on, we'll restart, and see if we can get a better situation going on our next run. It is quite variable from one run to the next. And this one we actually got the Mechanized Fist, which is not my favorite melee weapon. But you can see here, I did get a couple of awards. I got a chest, I believe, for going over a certain amount of gold collected, and then this one's probably just for getting to a certain floor or something like that. Oh, I took too long. I'm not even going to get the free money that they were trying to give me. So there's actually a list of features that the developer was kind enough to put up on their site that I want to read off real quick, because these are pretty compelling ones. for those of you who are interested. And we got a nail gun, which is just basically a machine gun. And actually has some really nice details, too. It actually leaves the nails stuck in the enemies, which is kind of fantastic that they took the time to address something like that. But the list of features starts with randomized terrain and monster generation. I'm not sure exactly what that means as far as monster generation goes. I'm assuming maybe there will be properties that scale or can be combined, or attributes or something that'll change along the way. Weapons that play and feel unique, and I can completely attest to that. The weapons that I've run into so far, there's actually one of my favorites is there's a harpoon gun that basically acts sort of like a railgun. So, you know, as you probably imagine if you've heard me talk about railguns, pretty much my favorite thing ever. There's a completely unnecessary amount of explosions, is what it says, and I will attest to that as well. When you hit one of those TNT blocks, things go pretty wild for a moment. There's a never-ending difficulty curve that gets harder as you progress, so I believe that means you can just keep going on indefinitely in this game. Which then begs the question, will there be leaderboards and some sort of multiplayer component, because I would really like to fight my friends in this game, because that sounds like it would be a lot of fun. Oh, I didn't realize I had so much money. Let's go... Oh, can I make it over there? I want to actually just punch through and get to this chest and purchase it. What did I get? I got a Cyclops skull, which is going to give me a laser sight, which is not the most powerful or helpful thing for me right now. I could really use some stuff that's just going to up my damage output. But, you know, we'll get to that stuff in time, hopefully. There's a big bad boss monster that's ready to crush you. That's the next item on the list. Oh, and we got Sullied Curapan that's going to toss a knife out every now and then, which will do sort of like a passive damage bonus to whenever those show up. And you can actually stack these just like the items in Risk of Rain, or at least most of the items in Risk of Rain, where the more of these items you have, the higher chance of it proccing. And that's a crash. And we're back. You know, the game's in beta. I don't fault it. Definitely a thing that I would expect to happen on occasion. It is a little frustrating, but, you know, I'm sure they'll address that stuff and sort it out as time goes on. Really quite valuable to grab those gems from the beginning there. Otherwise, you're in for a bit of trouble. All right, so we got a TNT sling. This seems like a very dangerous thing. Essentially seems like an explosive shotgun. Probably does a ton of damage and can probably be used pretty safely to blow open walls, which, you know, I kind of appreciate. Really hate this melee weapon, though, but what are we going to do about it? Let's see if I can get this box out of the ceiling here. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so the TNT actually hurts me. I didn't really think about that for some reason, and I assumed since it was a weapon that I can control that it wouldn't. So we'll probably not want to grab that. Oh my god, we got the mechanical fist again. Anyway, next thing on the list, there's beautifully crisp and lively pixel art. I will super attest to that, absolutely. I really do like the art and presentation in this, as well as the music that accompanies it. Oh yeah, I got the harpoon rifle. This is actually one of my favorites. So we're going to basically shoot a giant spike into the enemies, and when they line up together, it's a one-shot kill, so I really do like that quite a bit. And if we could augment this with, like, more or faster bullets, I think enemies are going to have a real problem with me. Oh, geez. Okay, so I knocked a crate off the bottom of the screen, and it seems like I got a level up for that for some reason, so I guess that's a thing I can do. I didn't know. So let's see if we can bust open this sucker. I would really like to, like, not lose the crates, because they're actually more valuable to me from opening. But the fist makes that a little difficult. That was a missile expansion. Melee attacks shoot missiles from a reserve, so that actually seems like a pretty sweet Super Metroid reference there, which I certainly appreciate. There's 7 unlockable secrets for me to find. Oh, the missiles are awesome. Okay, I didn't realize they were that fun. And the secrets, I suppose they're probably talking about, like, the trophies and stuff, which, are, you know, I could kind of take it or leave it at the moment. Next, there's a grand total of 20 power-ups to help you dig deeper. I've seen probably about half of that many so far, and pretty much all of them had a pretty nice use. And I would definitely love to see a few more really good runs where things can really spiral out of control in a good way. Because so far I've played about 10-15 runs, and only one of them has been really a big standout. The majority of them have been pretty average, and sometimes I actually rush to try and go down as fast as possible. But I think we're definitely going to need a better melee weapon for that to really work. I was kind of hoping maybe there would be a way that I could, like, choose which melee weapon I start with after a while, but I don't think that's probably going to be the case. I think we're going very much for that Super Crate Box ethos, which is like, everything's randomized, do your best with what you've got. I've got a Phoenix Pinion, which is going to leave a trail of fire behind me, which does passive damage to enemies and not me, so, like, really couldn't ask for a much better power-up in that case. It means that I'm going to be able to do a lot of damage to a lot of things I'm not even concentrating on, so perfect. Why don't I try and find my way down, though, because I think the longer I stand here, the more trouble I'm going to get into. Not a lot going on here. So far, I think my best combination has been the shovel and the nail gun, with a few bullet-up power-ups, as well as I also had one instance where I managed to get about 4 or 5 of those knives stacked on top of each other, and they do a ton of damage. So basically every time I was firing, or just while I was walking around, I was just passively tossing knives in every direction, and it was killing a lot of the stuff that I wasn't even really concentrating on. And when you start to deal with some of the enemies later on, which are quite heavy in terms of HP, you definitely want to be able to not have to pay attention to what's going on all the time, so you can concentrate on many other objectives, because there's actually some stuff that'll crop up, like you'll actually find a room that has a locked exit, and you've got to find some keys by killing certain enemies. Those keys, then you have to hit E to pick up the key and carry it over, sort of like you're in Mario Brothers 2 or something. Bring it to the door, and then actually drop it on the door, and you can get either 1 or 2 locks. And then you can also run into the giant mechanical worm boss, which reminds me a lot of one of the enemies from Terraria, and is kind of awesome also. It's a very massive boss, and I have not defeated it just yet, but I've also not had any good opportunities either. And also there's some traps on occasion that I've run into, some spikes and things that'll be embedded in the ground that you might not notice, or, you know, these saw blades that you see up in the ceiling there. And that up there is actually... Oh, well, this is one of those key levels, so I should probably focus on doing that. But I did want to get into that lockbox, so that's actually a high chance of me getting a bunch... Oh, well, I'm just dead. That's okay. I kind of didn't like this run anyway. But yeah, that was the key level. I needed to bring the key over there, open it up, and then find my way down. Otherwise, I wasn't going to be able to punch my way through the floor. Man, really bad luck with this kinetic fist. Alright, let's try it again. Maybe we'll get a more useful set of power-ups. We got another saw launcher. Okay. I'm wondering if it takes a very similar approach to Super Crate Box, and like how the weapons might be upgraded is like by you getting to a certain point in the game over and over again, or just collecting kills, or, you know, some form of just being good and proving that you're good like a number of times in a row or something like that. I'm not sure how a lot of this stuff works. Oh, I got a Phoenix Pinion already. That's really good. Alright, so let's bust down, and there's another chest, but I don't see a crate anywhere, so it looks like I'm kind of at the mercy of whatever enemies show up on this level. Doesn't look like a good floor, so I'm actually just going to keep on punching through. You can see also there's a tier list over on the bottom right. It tells you what category difficulty the enemies are that you're going to be running into, depending on your depth as you go down. And it actually keeps track, like, literally to the tile, so... it's actually an accurate thing for once, and I should be able to get to $500, and then we should be able to open this chest and see if we can get something nice. What do we get? Oh, we got the accuracy improving thing. That's really not super helpful with the saw launcher, especially because, well, not really too concerned with accuracy anyway. It's kind of more like an area of effect attack. Alright, let's get into this crate as soon as possible. Definitely want to get in here. Looks like we've actually got a power-up coming from it. A Flying Bracer, Fly Like the Wind. Alright, so now I should have the ability to double and then triple jump. So I've actually got a pretty good chance at getting to some of the higher stuff if we end up in a position where there's like a crate that's buried up in the ceiling somewhere. There's been plenty of situations where I've actually been kind of locked out of making progress because stuff's just too high and I didn't spawn in the right place. What do we have here? We've got a lockbox. Definitely going for that. Watch out for worms, of course. And what do I have? Probably just some money. Oh, probably a ton of money came in because it looks like I've got over $1,000 all of a sudden. What do we have in our chest? Oh, geez, don't drop it off. I need that. I've got a Jin Zephyr Horn, bolsters melee attack speed. That is probably pretty useful for this particular weapon, just because it's quite slow anyway. And I think I need to just get off of this floor, because this is not going to end well for me. There we go. I'm hoping we can run into the boss at least once, just because I don't know many strategies for fighting it, and it'd just be kind of cool to see. And there's a ton of money. I can open up another chest. Looks like I opened it already by accident, actually. And there's actually another lockbox up in the ceiling, too, which I'd love to get to, but I don't think I'm going to have time. Things get very frantic as we get on into the deeper depths, and I'm not really going to stand much of a chance if I don't keep moving, because I am just about out of health. Got another Cyclops skull. Super not helpful. Might as well die. Let's hope I get a shovel or something on this next one. This game is extremely addictive, as I'm sure you can tell. I actually was super addicted already just to like playing Bejeweled 3's diamond mining mode, and this is kind of like that with like an entire game attached to it, if that makes any sense, for those of you who have tried it. And you know what, I'll actually be pretty happy, well, I'll be happy with the melee weapon. I'm not super happy with the long-range weapon. I'm actually going to try and maybe not use the long-range weapon very often, because I'm just going to get myself killed. Also, I don't know if I can get up there. Do I just randomly have double jump? Because I don't think I have in the past, unless I'm just totally wrong about that, which I might be. Yeah, this run kind of sabotaged from the start. As soon as you get the TNT launcher, I'm not sure how that's going to work for us. Alright, let's just keep going. Try not to dwell on it for too long. There are certainly runs you can get that seem sabotaged right away, which is kind of unfortunate. Oh, we got a Phoenix Pinion already. Awesome. I'm really hoping that there's more items that they're planning on introducing in the full version of the game, because this seems like it has the potential to be absolutely wild, and I think the damage scaling and things can get totally out of control in a really fun way. Much the way that Risk of Rain does, actually, only this one feels like it's even more skill-based, at least to me, because you have, like, a lot of stuff going on, but you can still kind of manage the screen. Risk of Rain feels like it just gets completely out of control, like, right away, and then by the end of the game, it's just ludicrous. Most of the time, you can't even see what's happening. Not sure how this would scale, having multiple versions of it. I'm assuming maybe it would just add to the damage output on it or something. There are damage numbers that I can turn on or off to, and as you can see, they're going right now. I have a feeling I could have just watched them, but I just didn't really pay attention to see if it would increase based on the Phoenix Pinion. Yep, alright, so we're back to the fist again. So the game is just completely screwing me on melee weapons for whatever reason, but, you know, it's random, so it is what it is. It would be really sweet, though, if I could, like, mitigate that by having control of the item pool or something, even if it's just for, like, for fun mode. Alright, so I'm going to use the side effect of this fist is that I can actually use it as, like, another jump, and I can use that to get to all of these crates up here if I am successful. Controls are totally fine, by the way, in case you're having any doubts by the way I was moving around. A lot of this is just me being not very good at it yet, but I have a feeling once I spend some time with it and get really accustomed to how everything works, I'm going to be jetting around all the levels like no problem. What do we have? We have a Heart. Heart of Belial regenerates health over time. That is a fantastic thing to run into. I am certainly happy we found that. This run might actually have a chance right now. Weapon that I kind of like, and also regenerating health. Could do a lot worse. And what do we have here? Bolster melee attack speed. Alright, well, like I said before, good combo, good synergy with this fist. And I know you guys have probably been wondering already, if you haven't already gone and grabbed the game, this is entirely free right now since it's in public beta. I have a pretty strong feeling it's not going to be like that for long, though, so if you stumble upon this video later on and it's not free anymore, my apologies. I will do my best to try and adjust the link as it needs to be adjusted. Also, this worm, by the way, if you've noticed, if you shoot him just right, you can actually shoot all the segments at the same time and do, like, way more damage to it. And this is actually a weapon where having accuracy makes a lot of sense, because it does a ton of damage right off the bat, and then being able to shoot super straight with it just kind of makes it even more dangerous. Alright, let's get out of here. This level's about to crush me from the top. And let's see if we can grab this guy. What do we have? Open it up. Oh, looks like just health, maybe? Or did something else come out of that? Whatever, I'm actually full on health for once. And I actually even have enough to open up this and grab the knife-throwing ability. Let's see if it actually procs because I keep shooting, or if it just kind of does it completely at random. You'll notice it when it happens. It looks kind of like an arcing fireball going over my head, but like in the shape of a knife. So far, I haven't actually seen it go off at all. But when I had about 3 or 4 of them, I noticed it was going off like every second. I was seeing tons of knives shooting out. So I guess it is quite shy to start. Alright, let's not blow up this lockbox and have it go off through the floor. Let's get rid of those. Break this open. Give me that money. Yeah! Alright, now we got 1,000 again. I can actually try and get up there and grab this chest. I don't know if I've mentioned it yet, too, but the music in this is really nice. Oh, we got the missile expansion. Fantastic. Now I actually have, like, a double long-range attack. Alright, there's a lot of knockback on that fist, and I have a feeling that's going to get me into a lot of trouble as well. And I even have enough to grab another knife-throwing ability here. Let's see if we can get into this chest on the top. Oh, there it goes. That's what the knife looks like. Maybe you need 2 for it to even start doing anything. Kind of doubt that's true, but Just feels like it's been really, really slow and unresponsive. Or maybe is it when I do damage or take damage? Probably when I do damage? I don't know. I'll figure this stuff all out later. Let's get into this lockbox. I don't even know what was in there. I don't think it was anything. Maybe they can be completely empty. I hope that's not actually the case. Anyway, if you catch these knives hitting stuff, they actually do a ton of damage. But I need to get off the bottom of this floor because I'm about to be in a lot of trouble. There we go. And I'm actually at 1,000. I think this is the best we're going to do for runs on this video, unfortunately. But trust me, the run where I had that spiraled totally out of control in my favor, I made it way, way further, and I was doing really good. Like, I think I had over 5,000 money, and I was not even in much danger of dying for quite a while. I kind of reached a point where, like, everything that was getting near me was just automatically being killed, and that feels really nice. However, what just happened to me right there does not. So we had the most power-ups that I think I've had in any of these runs, and pretty good amount of kills as well. Oh, and now, of course, I get the shovel as soon as I'm about to wrap things up. Well, I can't not show you the shovel, because apparently shovels have gone into fashion in indie games lately. And this one is really effective in terms of just being able to blow through stuff. Oh man, now I want to do another run. This game is really, really addictive. If it needs to be said again, just go ahead and download it while you can. This game is so freaking fun. I'm probably going to be playing this like a maniac. This is actually like the game that I wished Risk of Rain was, and for some reason, that game just didn't appeal to me the same way. But I feel like this is what I needed it to be, and now I'm probably going to play it a ton. Can I actually get up there? I don't think my shovel... Yeah, my shovel doesn't act as, like, a boost. But maybe I can cut a hole through some of this dirt and maybe get up there in another way, because I really want to get that box, if I can. Yeah, there... Oh, I had it! Now my character's just flailing. Okay, well... I don't know what happened there, but it looked like occasionally maybe you can get stuck in a recurring attack chain, because I wasn't actually hitting the mouse anymore, and it was still attacking for me. Am I going to get enough money here to open up this chest? Man, I'm just squandering this run like crazy. Rock throw. Yeah, I don't have enough. Okay, well, one more. There we go. What is that? Adds weight to your bullets. Oh, holy crap. Go down, please. I clicked slightly out of the window, and it freaking didn't move. Oh my god, that's full of TNT. That is a very big problem. Do I have enough to open? No, I have no money again. And yet there's chests everywhere, and I'm not going to have an opportunity to get to them, most likely. I can try digging up here. There we go. Oh, geez. The worm. Oh, that's really too bad, because that run could have been really good if I wasn't awful. Oh, well. I think that's going to do it for Cavern Kings. Go get it. The end. End of story. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know your high scores as well, or if you happen to unlock any fantastic weapons or new power-ups that you didn't see in this video. I think there were only one or two that I got outside of this recording, so there's probably not a ton more, but, you know, I'm curious anyway, and I'm going to be playing this a ton, so it would be kind of neat to be able to chat with people who are also playing it. So let me know. Leave me some comments. Go download the game. Links in the description. Leave a like on the video if you liked it, and come on back tomorrow. New episodes go up every single day. Look forward to seeing you again for another one, and go enjoy, guys. Have a great night, everybody. I'll talk to you later.